gosh, guys, it's recording. Okay. Well, hi. It's been a while. It's been quite a while actually. It's been, what, 6 months or something since I produced a video. And this time, because I don't want YouTube blocking my videos over fair use. I'm tired of it. So try to fair use me. You can't. You can't copyright me. This is me. This is real. This is me. So, deal with it, YouTube. Deal with it. Okay, point is, it's been 6 months since I last made a video, and I'm getting back into YouTube, long story short, because my exams are done, I finally graduated from uni, and I want to talk to you guys about philosophy. So I wanted to make this video about existentialism, because obviously with lockdown and everything going on, me and obviously some other people in the world, we had like a bit of a crisis, an existential crisis. And I find this topic really interesting, so I really want to share it with you guys today. And as well as talking about just your standard European existentialism, I also want to touch on Black existentialism and Buddhist existentialism, because a lot of philosophy videos I see these days is very, how do I say it, white. And I want to broaden the narrative, because there's so many different philosophies out there. We need to learn about basically all of them. So let's get on with it. I want to start off by talking about this guy here. And his name is Søren Kierkegaard, and he was a 19th century Danish philosopher, but also he's known as the father of existentialism. So his work basically focused on not getting attached to things, looking inward, and basically to stop creating meanings for stuff, because everything is pointless and technically meaningless. Okay, so basically Kierkegaard says that our life doesn't have any purpose or meaning apart from the meaning that we choose to give to it, which I find kind of fascinating. And existentialism basically asks the question, what meaning does our life have? So think about it. What meaning does your life have? What gives your life meaning? Is it your job? Is it your hobby? Is it your family? Is it your partner? Like, what is it? Existentialism basically says none of the above. Nothing has meaning. Everything is empty and meaningless. But because we're humans, because we have a conscience, because we have beliefs, memories, etc., etc., we create meanings for everything in our lives. Some people believe that we were born and God gave us a specific meaning or purpose in life. But again, existentialism says no, nothing gives any meaning. There is no meaning to life. There is no purpose to life apart from what we make it. We create our lives. Like, how insane is that? We create everything in our lives. We are responsible for everything in our life. So for example, philosophers such as Plato and Aristotle believed that everything has an essence or a purpose, including human beings. So for example, for this cactus to be a cactus, it needs to have spikes. If it doesn't have spikes, it's not a cactus. And plant people, if I'm wrong, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But that's the point I'm trying to make. So each human being has a purpose in this life. Friedrich Nietzsche, on the other hand, believed that everything is empty and meaningless. So he completely disregarded Plato and Aristotle's argument. And French philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre believed that there is actually no purpose in life, and similarly there's no predetermined purpose either. So in other words, we just go with the flow of things. So when we realize, or when we come to a realization that we have this abundance of freedom and sudden responsibility which comes with this freedom, some people go through a thing called an existential crisis, which basically is when an individual starts to wonder what life means and what their purpose or the purpose to life as a whole is. So with this existential crisis, you might have feelings of anxiety or reoccurring anxious thoughts coming up, but to Kierkegaard, this also isn't that bad of a thing. To him, these anxious thoughts are the exhilaration of freedom in choosing oneself. But it doesn't actually have to be all that bad. With this abundance of freedom, we can start to enjoy life and live life the way we want to, and stop dwelling on our past, really. So for example, if you were, let's say, humiliated 2 years ago, it doesn't matter. Or you made a mistake a few days ago, it doesn't matter. Because for the European perspective, everything is so short, like life is like that. So they basically encourage you to just have fun and live life to the fullest, basically. Obviously with caution. Okay, so I just explained to you the European perspective of existentialism, and now I want to talk to you about Black existentialism, because in all these video essays that I've seen, there really isn't much mention at all of Black existentialism. It's mainly just the European perspective of it. European existentialism holds the notion that from the time we are born to the time that we die, like that gap in between, we create the life that we have. We create meanings for everything, even though everything is meaningless, but because we are humans, because we have a consciousness, we provide the meanings we have in everything in our lives. But European existentialism fails to grasp the notion that some people face racial and social inequalities. And this is where Black existentialism comes in. Black existentialism basically states that the European existential assumptions of free will, personal identity, and freedom, it doesn't always critically apply to the Black individual. Lewis Gordon says that Black existentialism provides the philosophical grounding to explore the struggle to live within inequality, racialization, and historical oppression as experienced by Black people. So there are some similarities between European and Black existentialism. For example, they both value liberation. However, Black existentialism acknowledges that not all individuals have equal access to systems that support this liberation. According to philosopher Frantz Fanon, who was a leader in Black existentialism's thought, for there to be a transformation, there needs to be a conscious awareness and questioning of racial inequalities. And as a result, Black existentialism can be used as a way to critically analyse the lives and experiences of Black people. Okay, so now I want to talk about Buddhist existentialism. And Buddhist existentialism looks at the relationship between thought and practice. It believes that everything has been caused into this world rather than created, which is what European existentialism believes. One example is karma. So karma has a causative nature, and karma can be good or bad. It doesn't just necessarily have to be bad. So karma believes that an action that an individual performs will lead to a good or bad consequence. And European existentialism believes that when we die, that's it. Consciousness is done, our life is finished. But Buddhist existentialism doesn't actually think that. Buddhist ways of thinking believes that there is a rebirth, and once we die, our energy will be passed on to the next lifetimes. It's sort of like a cycle. But with European existentialism, it's just one life and that's it. So that brings me to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a topic that was really interesting to me, and I would love to know what you guys thought about it as well. So leave a comment down below. What do you guys think of existentialism? What are your views on existentialism? And what video should I do next? Do you guys, give me some suggestions. I need some suggestions, people. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.